full scrimmage. How'd it go?
We're good for the most part. I say about 90% of the time defensively, we look like a football team, a defensive team for sure. Fitting where we need to fit, making TFLs, getting interceptions, getting off the field on third down. I thought we took about 10 steps forward today for sure. Being it was a little bit more scrimmage time than we've had in the past. I was really pleased with the guys today.
With the practices where you're at, do you have, how much do you put in spring and how much has been, because I know Coach has been said it's a lot more teaching than anything.
Oh yeah, we've had mostly of our base in. We don't have all of our base in right now, but as you continue to go, you feel what the kids can continue to pick up each and every day. You maybe can add something. You know, like today we added a couple new wrinkles in, and the kids responded and actually executed today, which was really a bright spot to see. And I'm just pleased with the guys right now. And I think we still got a long way to go, but most definitely we're taking a lot of steps forward.
The effort, you like what that is, because I guess that's where it has to start with this defense, right?
No doubt, no doubt. You know, like I say, from day one to right now, the effort is, I'm gonna say 360 degrees different than what it was from day one. And we're most definitely pleased with guys' effort. It's not at 100%, but at least it's about 85 and 90, which is pretty good for right now. What I didn't like? Well, we had a lot of corners that were out today. That were out. We had one that's attending the funeral, and one that's two that are hurt right now. And just giving up one of the touchdowns to one of the guys that hadn't played a whole lot of football, and it's really a receiver. So giving that up, and then having a mental lapse in the red zone, and it's 3rd and 18, and one of our backers don't drop in the hole, and they score a touchdown. So just a mental break here, a mental break there. That's what we got to continue to get better at for sure.
How much have you had to change with these guys' terminology, if anything?
Oh, all of the terminology is different, totally different. So anytime you implement a new defense or offense, the terminology is most definitely different. But you try to make it to where the kids understand what it is that they've learned before, and try to say, okay, well, this concept, the exact same concept that you had last year, or whatnot, whatever you called it, and try to mix and marry it up with that. But the guys are responding and done well with it.
Brian, what can Rajay bring to this defense and kind of, we've seen his hard-hitting ability, we've seen his cover ability. What can he bring to this defense?
Knowledge of the game for sure is number one, playing a lot of football. And then number two is just his athleticism to be able to do some of the things we ask our outside linebacker to the field on our nickel to do, whether he's rushing, whether he's covering, whether he's dropping, whatever the case may be. But he gives you a lot of flexibility to do a lot of different things.
So is he that? I mean, one of those nickel guys? I mean, I know it's obviously you don't have a depth chart, but is it one of those guys? And how many of those guys do you like to have ready for that spot?
Well, that's our base. So I say nickel, but that's what it essentially is. It's our outside linebacker to the field. And you want to at least have 3 guys there for sure to be able to build some depth. And right now we have a couple. We got a guy that'll be here in the fall that end up playing at the spot as well. But Roger's been doing pretty well for us.
And then what about Yasir? Because he showed some ability late last year and made a ton of plays in the last 3 or 4 games.
Yeah. So with Yasir, we moved him to outside linebacker to the boundary to be able to rush the passer, and he's given us a lot of ability to bring a lot of boundary pressure a lot of times because he's so natural, bending, fast, can peel with backs, all that good stuff. So I'm really excited about having us here at the offense for sure.
And then how about up front? How have those guys progressed? Because I know that's really the key spot for you.
That's
there
right.
In the middle.
That's right. Yeah, our defense is based off of our defensive line. That's our foundation. And we have a lot of defensive linemen. We got some guys that fit what we do for sure. And then with some certain guys in the game, you have to try to, mix it up a little bit and try to do some different things. But those guys, no doubt, have responded to Coach Ivy's coaching and understand what we're trying to get done defensively. And that's why you're able to see right now a lot of tackles for losses today in the scrimmage.
How do you guys do it? I know different staffs are different. Is it live all the time? Obviously today when you scrimmage, do you like to hit? Because I know some offensive coaches, with the head coach being an offensive coach, he doesn't.
Yeah. Well, with Coach Satt, he's always said he wants a great defense. Number one, first and foremost. In order to have a great defense, you got to be able to tackle. You got to be able to performance out of the end zone. And so he allows us to tackle, whenever it be the case or whatnot. And in the spring, especially when you get to a new spot. You have to figure out who can tackle and who can't, you know. So you have to tackle in the spring. And but once we get in fall camp, we'll tackle a couple of times, but throughout the season, we won't tackle at all. And so I love it. That gets your team tough, you know, and guys that can tackle and guys that's getting tackled. So I love it.
With less than a week to go, are you pleased with? I mean, you're never going to be happy, but are you pleased with where the progress you've made?
Oh, no doubt. Absolutely, no doubt. I'm very pleased with that, guys. Giving effort. You know, you got certain spots that needs to get better for sure. But as an overall group, from day one to day now to today, what's this, 11? All right, day 11. I think we're at from progress today at least about a B minus, B plus.
All right. And so,